All right, man, we back. Marcy Sports Talk in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. On the video grind today. Get these videos knocked out. Hey, but I do appreciate the love and support. But let's talk about Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard is headed for a big contract extension. Pistons are faced with another Kentavious Caldwell-Pope situation when it comes to paying another two-guard that really ain't produced. With Caldwell-Pope, he was healthy. He just never produced as a pro. He had the frame to be a really good ball player. He was supposed to be this 3-and-D guy that could really score the basketball coming out of Georgia, but, you know, he really lacked as far as consistency on the offensive end. Now, Luke Kennard is different, all right? He is a scoring machine. He can really score the ball however you want. He a better shooter than Caldwell-Pope. He can better score than Caldwell-Pope. You know what I'm saying? He can get to the bucket. He can score from the mid-range. He can create. He can spot up. I mean, he's very, very valuable. But he's not the defender that Caldwell-Pope was, but that's okay. But the issue with him has been availability. You know, that's the best ability. He hasn't been healthy, and he only like 23 years old, and he's still dealing with chronic knee issues. And the thing about it is, have you met an athlete that got healthier throughout his career? No, I think he's dealing with tendonitis. So the question is, do you give him a big contract extension? Now, had he been playing well and he had an explosion, he started making, you know, all-star teams, then you consider, you know, giving him a Buddy Hield or Jaylen Brown type of extension. But he hasn't consistently played on the floor, and he has some issues outside of the injuries. One of the issues outside of the injury was obviously Reggie Jackson was studying his growth. He wasn't looking to set him up. He was looking to get his own buckets. You know, and he just ain't really been confident. And when he's confident, he's on. But I don't think I pay him what they believe he should be paid. I think you got to pass on him. I think you got to trade him now and get the most. They should, you know, I'm glad they didn't end up trading him and Reggie Jackson to Memphis for Mike Conley. A lot of you dudes were saying, oh, we got to get Mike Conley. He'll be the missing piece. It would have been a $35 million failure for the Pistons. That man made $35 million. You would have been ready to get rid of, you would have been able to get rid of Reggie Jackson contract right now, and you would have still been carrying Mike Conley, who's been a complete failure with the Utah Jazz. So if he was a failure in Utah, he'd have been a failure in Detroit 9 times out of 10. And then that's just my humble opinion on him, all right? That's just my opinion. But at the same time, sometimes you got to know when to hold him and when to fold him. And with Luke Kennard, and I've been saying this, and some people don't like it, it's time to fold him. You know, a lot of these local fans, they believe with their heart. They love with their heart, but you got to be realistic. He hasn't produced to make anywhere from $20 million a year north of that. That's going to be like playing Andre Drummond again. The difference is Dre had production. He didn't have meaningful production, and he wasn't good. He wasn't good on either side of the ball. He was an okay offensive player, and he was a so-so defensive player. Luke Kennard hasn't consistently showed that. You got a person who never averaged 20 plus points a game on a bad team. You know what I'm saying? At least Kevin Love was averaging 20 and 15 on a bad team. You like, all right, I see the talent. We haven't seen Luke Kennard's talent only in minor stretches. In minor stretches, you don't get paid like that. So people talking about paying Christian Wood, you know, overpaying him can set the franchise back. In my opinion, it can't set the franchise. Even if you paid Luke Kennard right now, it wouldn't set the franchise back. Let me clear that up. Because right now, the direction that this franchise should be going is a rebuild. They should only be building through the draft. They shouldn't be taking on bad contracts no more. They shouldn't be taking on the Blake Griffins, the DeMar DeRozans of the world. The only contracts you should be, or even the Fred VanVleet, the only contracts that you should be taking on are young guys that can help you right now. Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, you know what I'm saying? Alonzo Ball. And you taking flyers on guys like Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, Malik Beasley, Bogdanovich from the Sacramento Kings. Those are the type of guys that have shown potential or maybe not had an opportunity minutes-wise that you should be taking on. But it won't kill the Pistons if they gave Kennard a big contract for 3 or 4 years. It won't hurt them because you're not looking to build through free agency. The Pistons have to build through the draft. They have to do what the Sonics Thunders did. KD, Westbrook, Harden, Ibaka later on. That's how you build it. So it's not going to hurt them. You draft them, you develop them. That should be the focus. But also, it could potentially hurt you if a dude like Ingram is available and you want to pay him and bring him here. That's the type of young talent that you need. Alonzo, or Chris Dunn, a Zach LaVine become available. Those are the talented guys that you should take a flyer on. And if you do sign Christian Wood to a way, way, way above contract of 15, 16 million, that could hurt you. But also, what a lot of Piston fans are not saying is they have the ace in the hole. The ace in the hole right now is pretty much wild. It's wild because we don't know if it's going to happen. After this NBA season get going, we're going to have an ability to be able to possibly with a new CBA, amnesty Blake Griffin. And if we able to amnesty Blake Griffin, his salary cap won't count against the cap no more. They'll cash him out at 70+ million, whatever he owed for the next 2 years. He'll be able to go chase a title in a more competitive situation, which I believe he won't. He'll get his money, and we'll have over $75 million in cap space, somewhere in there. There, if you want to keep Luke Kennard, you can. You want to pay Christian Woods, you can. And you can bring on a Brandon Ingram. But me personally, if a dude hasn't produced in the first 3 or 4 years of his contract, which he coming into his 4th year, he a restricted agent, I'm not matching shit for him. If you don't, you got to show me before I can show you the money. You got to play. And he hasn't played well consistently. Luke Kennard is a role player. Right now, he's a Kyle Korver that offers more scoring options. That's all he is right now. Korver, he not Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? He not one of those. He not one of the top 15 two guards in the league. He has not shown that in no stretch or the way of his ability. Now, is the talent there? Yeah, but I mean, if you pay Luke Kennard all this money, Boston see the potential in Jaylen Brown becoming an all-star. Buddy Hield has shown more in this league than Luke Kennard, and he still ain't worth the max contract that he getting. You feel me? They've shown flashes. I can say, you know what? I trade Luke Kennard and see what I can get a late first. You know, trade him to LA for a late first, whatever. I take a chance on Malik Beasley before I sign him. I think I can get better production from Malik Beasley on both sides of the ball. And I could pay him the fraction of what Luke Kennard gonna want when he become a free agent in a couple years, a restricted free agent. And also, right now is a perfect time to trade him because he is restricted. So you kind of do control where he can go, where where he's not gonna go. You know, could Atlanta use him? Yeah. You know, obviously, you will get a future first, but you look at some of the teams that's contending. You know, you look at the well, the Heat got a couple white boys that's already can do what he do. Hero, and then the shooting part, Duncan Robinson from Michigan, go blue. He can do that. But you're probably looking at teams like that's contending. Indiana. You know, you're probably looking at Boston that need that type of guy. So some of them teams that might have a late first or multiple first to give up. You know, Phoenix was interested. You're looking at some of those teams that you can get they first or they late first or they fall late in the lottery, something like that, that you could package Luke Kennard and you could package something else with him and bring a first rounder back and get a talent at the end of the draft. That's how I'm looking at it. And like I said before, I'm not going to stop speaking the truth. He hasn't shown it. Now, maybe next year he explodes next year and he shows it. At least show me on the bad team that you can stay on the floor for 30+ minutes a game and you can actually score. If he get up there next year and score around 20 points a game and be consistent, then I think about paying him. But right now, I'm of the mind belief that I trade him right now and I sign Malik Beasley. And I believe I'm going to get more production out of him. He ain't never really been able to be a full-time player, but we going to see. And I think that's the guy that I'll replace him with. This is the same situation with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. You know what I'm saying? No game, no contract extension. No game, no cash. No moolah. Straight up and down. So, a lot of people in the comment section, I don't know why he don't like Luke Kennard. Look at him. What has he accomplished on a bad team here? Nothing. In 1 year, Derrick Rose came here and averaged 18 points in 50 games. So that's my whole thing about it. I think he fits the way the league is going. Luke Kennard, I think he can score it. He can shoot it, love the game. But 10-9 at 23 years old is holding him back. Get him off while you can. If he goes somewhere like Memphis or he goes somewhere like Atlanta, he goes somewhere like Phoenix and he light it up, so be it. Look at Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He still ain't lit it up. That was the best decision that Jeff Bowers and Stan Van Gundy made as Pistons GMs. Was not paying Caldwell-Pope and letting him walk, and look at him now. Ain't worth the food stand at all. But y'all know what it is, man. Motor City Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. Don't forget to check my channel out right here on YouTube, Goodfellow Sports TV, for your sports, music, entertainment needs. And shout out to Brent for donating, man. Much love to Brent, man. Donating via PayPal. One time for the one time we got.